Yeah, I think I'm very hesitant to go to Windows 11, but I'm running out of time because no more security updates after October. Yeah, so either I build a new computer in October, or I upgrade this to Windows 11 and hope for the best.
Yeesh.
Yeah, not good prospects. I think it's time to just put myself out to pasture.
I think so. I think it's time to go Linux. Hello and welcome to Basements, Faults, and Catapults. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron.
And I am Trevor.
And here we're going to be looking at games, genres, and the things that we enjoy in gaming.
And to do that, we'll randomly select a genre each episode.
Yeah, we'll give a brief rundown of said genre.
That's when we'll select two games. One will be really good, and we'll catapult into glory, and the other one's going to be really bad, and we're going to toss it into the basement layers riddled fault lines.
Oh, no.
The catch and what we hoped will be the fun part is that neither of us will have played heavily either of the titles.
Yeah, so we'll take those titles, the best one, the worst one. We'll divide them up, so we'll each play one or the other. And then we're going to give it an hour of playtime. We'll meet back up. We'll chat about our experiences.
That's when we'll fight and argue over each other's differences and disagree on all of our opinions. But we'll try to find some common ground. After all, not everyone can have a perfect opinion.
And that is it. We hope that you'll come join us, listen in, maybe be inspired to try a few titles along the way, or, let us know exactly why our opinions are trash.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And remember, you only live once. But if you do it right, once is enough.
I guess, yeah.
If you don't do it right, come back for the next time. I mean,
yeah, right.
Buddhist philosophy, right?
Some of you might believe in reincarnation or something to that extent.
Yeah, I mean, if you live a bad life, you might come back as like some mud crawling, reptile. But if you
on
live
the upside, short lifespan on those guys. So
yeah, so like you hit the reset button pretty quick.
You'll get a pretty good quick reset.
Yeah. It's funny. I Eastern philosophy where they talk about how you can kind of like a butterfly, whatever, lives its life and then it becomes another thing and then it lives its life and eventually becomes maybe a person. And I'm like, that sounds like a really long journey, man. Yeah.
It's a long time to get anxiety.
Now I understand why I'm so tired.
I've
probably lived so many lives as a butterfly and a caterpillar and a slug. It's taken a long time to get here, man.
It's been a long road getting from there to here.
Oh my gosh, Star Trek.
It's been a long time. Oh, speaking of which, they just wrapped up season 1 filming of Starfleet Academy, baby!
Did they? Oh, I'm actually really excited for Starfleet Academy.
I'm very excited for Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because there's a... hold on, let me pull it.
Oh no, did they T'Pol it?
They didn't T'Pol it, I think.
Oh, you think?
Well, we don't know what her character is.
For those who don't know, T'Pol is a Vulcan that is very well endowed in the upper region and wears a skin-tight suit for the majority. It's Voyager had 7 of 9.
Yeah.
Enterprise had T'Pol. Next Generation, you could argue it was Counselor Troy, potentially to some extent.
Yeah.
But with T'Pol, it was just over the top. Over the top. Like literally top heavy. She's actually phenomenal. I've listened to a lot of her interviews, and it's just unfortunate that we do that.
Was it Rebecca Black?
No, it wasn't Rebecca Black. That was the Friday song, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rebecca Black was the Friday song. Jolene Blaylock.
Yes, Blaylock. Yes. And watched a lot of interviews with her talking about her character and her different acting roles and things that she's done. And yeah, it's sex sells. So that's why they do it. But it also can really take away from the character at times. There were like entire episodes dedicated to hypersexualizing her. I think in the first season, it was like, they're in the decontamination chamber. It was like episode 1.
Yeah, it was like episode 1. They're in the decon chamber.
Yeah, she's with Trip in the decontamination chamber, and
the tank top they put. Oh no!
And they're like rubbing like lotion all over each other, and you're just like, what? Why does Star Trek have to go straight to this?
It was. They knew what they were selling.
Next Generation didn't do that in the first episode.
No, Next Generation had Q.
They had Q. They had
fabulous outfit.
Oh yeah, they had Data. They had introduced the android and the relationships there,
and Picard let Counselor Troy know exactly how he felt about having her on the ship.
See, Next Generation did it right because Denise Crosby was a security guard, and they didn't sex her up.
Tasha Yar was legitimately one of my first crushes.
Which strong, empowered female character,
which kind of explains a lot of my choices later in life. But that's not the point.
Yes, you must love Lursa and Bathor, the two Klingon twin sisters.
No, I didn't actually. I didn't.
Because that was also like problematic. But
Problematic, and the character. Kudos to the actresses because the characters were so terrible. I hated them so much.
And yeah, the actresses must have had so much fun playing those characters. Those characters nothing was taken seriously with those characters.
Anyway, the wrestler in question is Becky Lynch. She was a member of Academy, and I don't know if it was just like an episode or if she's a recurring character.
Fair enough. Well, I will watch Academy, I am sure. I still have to watch Lower Decks.
She is part of the bridge crew.
Nice.
So they should probably be on quite a few. But yeah, no, I got nothing but love for Becky Lynch.
Nice.
Or as her fans know her by her nickname, The Man.
And her fans are probably called the Lynch Mob.
The Lynch Mob? Oh, that is genius!
Right?
I don't actually know what her fans are called.
I mean, that if not, that's a huge letdown.
I'm afraid my love for wrestling kind of peaked in the Attitude Era. So like,
yeah,
The Rock and
Myerson wrestling kind of stopped after like Paul Bearer, Undertaker, and what was it?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Gold Dust. Yeah, Gold Dust was like really weird. Really weird. As a kid, you're like, huh?
Oh, Dustin Rhodes. Yeah, Gold Dust. He was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was really weird. Yeah.
Anyway,
we are put on this earth. We spent all this time, potentially evolving from all these things and getting to this side of enlightenment where we get to be humans, and so we have to live our purpose now, which is to pick a game,
dice,
pick a genre, and play some games.
As always, I have in my hands the double D20, the double Ds.
We'll just call them the T'Pol 20s.
The T'Pol 20s. I don't want to, mostly because I actually liked Enterprise. I know I'm one of 5 people who did.
Hey, I liked Enterprise for a while.
So 2 out of 5.
3 seasons. 3 seasons.
2 of the 5 lovers. Anyway, you can hear the dice. Yeah. Ooh, it's a good sound. All right, here we go.
Let's dice it up.
That, my friends, is a 19.
19? Wow. Old enough to drink. Old enough to drink in all of Canada. Wow.
I thought it was 20 in Ontario.
Oh, it might be. Could be.
Anyway, unimportant. Wow.
All right, so we went from 0 hour Steam time on our last roll. Aha!
No, you're right. It's 19. What do we got? What do we got?
Well, let me see if we've done this before.
Tell me.
I know Valentine's Day. Actually, you know what is hilarious is it is actually Valentine's Day.
You're not going to hear this on Valentine's Day, but we are recording on Valentine's Day.
So we're recording this on Valentine's Day, and we rolled Dating Simulator.
No.
We did.
I think we kind of technically have to, don't we?
We have to. I mean, it's Valentine's Day, and we landed on Dating Simulator, and that was not prearranged.
No.
It was preordained, but it was not prearranged.
Oh, no.
So here's the thing. So this is our opportunity to find some weird and whack. Now, dating simulators. We're going to be a little loose and running with this because we want to play safe for work appropriate dating simulator games. So you had mentioned Hateful Boyfriend at one point.
Yeah, that was a big one, I want to say 7-8 years ago.
Let's see if Hateful Boyfriend is actually on Steam.
And it's not hateful like H-A-T-E, it's like H-A-T-O.
Hatoful Boyfriend.
Yeah. So weird.
Hatofulu.
And you're dating birds.
Wow. Congratulations. You've been accepted as the only human student at the prestigious St. Pigeonations Institute, a school for talented birds.
Yeah.
Roam the halls and find love in between classes as a sophomore student at the world's greatest pigeon high school. Wow. One of my friends owns this game. and it is not you.
No, it's not me.
It is one of the people I used to hang out with on Discord with some YouTubers for a while.
Don't out this dude.
A female.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got Hatoful Boyfriend, which is rated very positive, but I'm going to tell you something, Aaron. I don't know how these games get positive reviews, my friend. I don't.
Well,
Who plays these games?
I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
Oh yeah, we gotta play that.
Is here and it's free.
Oh my god. Yes. Do we just play I Love You, Colonel Sanders today?
I think we each play I Love You, Colonel Sanders, and we go from there.
You know what? I mean, we have to have some flexibility with our whole way of doing things here. So
I think we each play Colonel Sanders and we we talk about it.
yeah, okay, so that's what we're gonna do.
KFC, oh my god, it's official. It's an officially published KFC game.
It is a KFC game.
Oh my god.
So yeah, in September 24th, 2019, KFC decided to, get on the anime hype bandwagon. And this was when life was grand before the pandemic, when creativity was running rampant through the streets. And they created I Love You, Colonel Sanders. And it is in the style of a Japanese anime dating sim visual novel.
Oh, and they bashonened Sanders up.
Oh yeah, no, Sanders has been been given a big glow up.
He's got the white hair, but he's like
32-year-old sexy teacher.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Yeah. And they gave him like white hair. And that's fine. I know guys at 19 that have had gray hair before. Yeah, so
no.
do you want to do the introductions? I think you should.
From the same people who brought you the bucket of chicken comes the world's first Colonel Sanders dating simulator. I love you, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good dating simulator follows you, a promising culinary student, as you try to date your classmate, Colonel Sanders. Throughout your journey, you'll be faced with life-changing decisions that will affect your chances of friendship and love. But be careful. Your choices have real consequences with real animated characters' feelings at stake. Do you have what it takes to survive culinary school? Will Colonel Sanders choose you to be his business partner? Or maybe even so much more? Find out in the most finger-licking good dating simulator ever created. A game that KFC actually made.
Yeah, and finger licking good is generally not something you want to be a catchphrase for a dating simulator video game. But
there's a dog.
But in this case, it's pretty legit. Yeah, it basically says, "Welcome to the most delicious dating simulator ever created. Do you have what it takes to be the business partner and win the heart of the most famous chicken salesman of all time? Play to find out. Go ahead, Colonel Sanders is waiting."
This game must have done numbers in Japan.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't know what it is about Japan, but somehow KFC has managed to be the Christmas thing in Japan.
The same person that owns Hatoful Boyfriend has also played also owns or have played Colonel Sanders Dating Simulator, as well as one of my male friends.
Oh.
So yeah,
you mentioned this person is on the YouTuber side of things.
Actually, she's a streamer. It was just kind of a streamer YouTuber group that I was with before they all took off and left all their friends in the dust. Yeah,
got big.
Well, that's what happens. You get all these people together. They all kind of form a community of supporting each other. One of them gets big, disappears, and they were running the community, and the community dies. Kind of sad. But, I've tried to do the same thing. It's really hard to keep more than 3 people in contact with yourself at any given time. It's a challenge. Not enough time.
I'm here.
It's me.
I'm the problem. All right, well, I think a bathroom break, and then I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
No bathroom break.
Oh.
We must play under all the stress of full bladder.
Oh dear. This'll be problem.
Oh, no problem. Okay, yes, you go. You go. Fine, you go. You go. You do your thing.
Stop yelling at me. All right. Shall we set a timer and get this party started?
Let's delve into I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
I love you, Colonel Sanders.
My wife is a big chicken fan and she's more of a Mary Brown's than a KFC.
Oh.
But, yeah, sometimes we just like to... We haven't KFC in a long time, but when we do, yeah, we do. Yeah.
Get right in that bucket.
Oh, we clog those arteries with all that delicious chicken skin. Delicious. Finger licking good, man.
Oh my god, they actually they gave a hoot.
Yes. Well, let's delve in. You got the timer?
Already started, my friend.
Nice. Good luck and have fun, and we'll catch you on the other.
Yeah, I hope you can get Colonel Sanders.
We'll catch you on the other side with the secret KFC 11 herbs and spices recipe.
Right?
Let's go.
It's salt. It's mostly salt.
Yeah. It's a lot of salt. Maybe some cumin. All right. I reached my ending.
Okay. Well, what'd you get?
Colonel Sanders rejects me, says he's going to build his restaurants on his own, and says, better luck in your whatever career you end up doing. Loser.
Colonel Sanders has decided that he will be with me
Yep.
after his 100th restaurant franchise.
Oh, really?
In the meantime, maybe I should enroll in pastry school.
Yeah, that was essentially the same as mine. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like Colonel Sanders is like, nope, I'm going to do this on my own because I'm the best and y'all suck.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad because one of the things I've learned over the years, Aaron, is that you can't do anything on your own.
Oh, no man is an island.
It takes a village and it takes a team.
Yeah.
And the game really lost that message.
It did.
But it's historically accurate, you know?
Really?
Probably not.
Really?
Probably not. No.
No.
In my headcanon, this is going to be the historically accurate story of
this is how
Colonel Sanders
came to be.
Yeah.
I just remember when you were, did you stay the night at his place?
Yes.
And you click on all the things, and it's like, even as a baby, he had a goatee.
Yeah. And then it's like, who frames a baby photo of themselves? Probably the same guy
who
would put his face on the logo of the company.
Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something.
Yeah, and I'm sure they had to be somewhat respectful of the Colonel's legacy and
they had to be. There's that, and also the fact that like the game itself was developed by or produced by produced by KFC.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So PSYOP was probably under a lot of very strict what they could and couldn't do.
Totally.
And very short game. What, 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes. Just a cute little chunk of advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the game? What did you think of its bopping intros and its
right.
and it's just kind of really absurd humor?
I'm glad I played it. I'll never play it again. and free is the right price because it was basically advertising.
Yeah.
But I genuinely had fun. Like I laughed a lot. I got a weird graphical glitch. Which happens sometimes in dating simulator style games.
Yeah.
Because it's basically they're just putting pictures over a background, right? And sometimes you can go too fast for the game for the code, and it gets the command to put a new picture up, but it doesn't get the command to remove an old picture.
Yeah, buggy.
So they can stack on top of each other, and that's not unique to this game. That had like a lot of visual novel style games suffer from that.
Yeah.
So it was odd that I got it. What was really odd is I couldn't get rid of it, like even when I restarted the game or reloaded from a save point or any of those things. So
it's weird.
That kind of was upsetting. But past that, it was fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it was good considering what it was and what it was for.
Well, I mean, you have to remember 2019, that was where we were like, Food Wars was really a thing. We had a lot of like that kind of...
Oh, God, yeah.
Food Wars and cooking animes. Humorous cooking anime was kind of a thing back then. Dating sims were very popular back then. We had, Doki Doki Literature Club had become a thing around that era. And so, yeah, I mean, this was kind of, I think, to put it in a very weird sense, the natural progression of marketing advertising in 2019 for KFC.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, especially because you have to remember, KFC is extraordinarily popular in Japan.
We've had this like weird like
the Christmas KFC bucket. It is a thing. They pre-order and then they go pick up their Christmas KFC bucket, and they have KFC for Christmas in Japan. I'm sure not everybody does it, but it is very popular. And so, yeah, to take KFC and kind of merge some Japanese anime-esque artwork and styling into it, again, kind of seems like a bit of a natural progression there, Aaron.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I
Like
mean, we definitely had a weeb working at KFC that came up with this.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
But there's also the reality that Japanese anime and that culture is becoming very, very prevalent and popular in North America's. Like if you look at a lot of the hip hop R&B artists coming out today,
Yeah.
They're heavily influenced and speak very highly of the animes that they watch, right?
Yeah, when I first watched the last Airbender, when I first started watching that, I was like maybe 3 episodes in. I was like, oh, it's pretty good. And I was like, I wonder if it's got its original Japanese audio. And then I Googled that, and it's like, oh no, this show is originally English. And I was like, what? The animation style though, it's so anime, and it definitely had more of a Western flair. But you could have fooled me.
Could have fooled, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the hybridization I feel is always good.
Yeah,
right? Like I think hybridization is always something to strive for.
Yeah.
But with that being said,
well, you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. Like I liked it, and I think that it was a cool moment in history that. Thankfully we're done with, right?
Viral marketing campaigns. Yeah, that was also a big thing in 2019, right?
Yeah.
Super Bowl ads and viral marketing campaigns, and the fact that things were going viral was a very 2019 thing too. I mean, not just 2019, but we were like peak going viral in 2019 too, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the art style and the graphics?
It was really really well done. Like, again, it's visual novels sort of thrive on an uber simplistic format. And what they'll often do in this is they'll have the background, and they'll have 3 or 4 backgrounds. And then they'll just slap PNGs over top of it, right? And going even a further step, they'll draw all the characters without faces, right? And then they'll draw the facial animations and just slap that on top of the character model, right?
Yeah.
So you get a lot of weird. Don't ask me how I know so much about visual novels and the process. So that movement and interpolation, sometimes you can get weird graphical bugs that I got, unfortunately. Yeah. But it's really, it was really simple. They really did what they needed to do, and ultimately the art was good. I mean, Sanders was a hunk.
Now they really definitely dug into the stylization of Colonel Sanders.
They bishoned the bish out of him.
Yeah.
He got so yassified.
Oh yeah, like every time he like powers up and he's like, and his shirt's buttons are coming undone. Yeah,
right. And then the weird staff with the chicken on top.
Like, the chicken staff was an interesting touch.
Right, like he rides in on a horse. Like, come on. So it was really art wise, it did the job, and it did it well, and it was evocative, and it didn't feel poor. All right, so I'll give this a solid 7. It didn't do anything cool, but it did everything very competently. You know what? It did everything very competently. 6.5.
Okay, I like that. How would you compare it to other dating sims?
I wouldn't. No, I have never played a dating sim.
So I mean, other games with that kind of visual novel style.
Yeah, like I've never really been impressed by the graphics of a visual novel, because again, it's not about that.
It's more the storytelling.
Yeah, right. Yes. And then the characters pop on screen and evoke, and that's cool, and it's nice, and it serves a purpose. But again, it's not pushing anything. It's not doing anything amazing. There are some character designs that are really awesome. I played a lot of a game on the PS3 and the PS2 called Sakura Wars.
Okay, yeah.
And Sakura Wars was kind of a visual novel / dating slim / combat game, right?
Okay, cool.
And it was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I felt it really did awesome things with it.
You know, the Nintendo Switch Online actually has some dating sim games.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
So like VN novels in and of themselves are interesting, and they're important, right? Because they bridge a gap between game and storytelling that I think is very valuable.
Yeah, I often think of visual novels like like kind of a more fun way, a little bit more of an immersive way to experience like a comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much. It has its roots in the choose your own adventure novels of the 70s and the 80s. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I got no major beef with them, and as far as graphics wise, it's fairly comparable to everything else out there. Very simplistic, but well executed. Like,
Okay.
it's good. Much like Colonel Sanders' belief in how cooking should be.
Right.
Simple,
Yes,
but
11 herbs
good,
and spices.
and love.
Music and audio. What did you think about the music and the audio?
Right now, I can't even remember any of it.
Yeah, I remember it being very bubbly. The intro was a bop.
Oh,
for
the
sure.
intro,
Yeah.
the intro, bang.
Yeah, and they did change like music tracks and audio tone between the seriousness of events, which was kind of cool.
The cooking, the cook-offs had like some real fight
Yep.
music, and that was good.
But it was really bubbly. It was like
Yeah.
that doodly doo 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 doodly
Yeah, it was very like
doodly
your
right?
first day at school.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was fine.
Yeah.
Like it's like even now, other than the opening, like
Yeah.
it's all kind of gone. It dissipated from my head. So for the opening alone, and I guess you're right. It when the music cued in for specific moments, it was impactful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and another 6.5.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Because that bop really carried it.
Yeah, it was fun. It like the intro really hits hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did this as a meme for sure.
Absolutely,
So-
they did this for the chuckles.
We take that into consideration.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How about the gameplay? What did you think of the gameplay, the gameplay choices, the flow state of the game, and the storytelling?
Like, so this is where we get into two very interesting topics, because the first is this game is well aware of the meta. So there is a lot of meta humor in this,
Oh yeah.
right? It's you're in a school, the best culinary school in the world, and it's a 3-day course.
Right.
Right? You're against the greatest evil of your life, your kindergarten bully, and you have your best friend. Oh, are you looking up how to get the true ending?
I'm checking out all the endings.
Yeah.
You
there's only two.
can't. So you can't. No. There's game over. Stay in bed forever.
Yeah.
Game over. Offer sprinkles a beef treat, because we're talking about chicken here. This is a chicken game.
Yeah.
Fail the pop quiz. The pop quiz asks you questions about like what's the best thing to pair with chicken. It's like mashed potatoes. Like you have to like know your KFC lore, as it were.
Yeah.
Game over. Suggest making steak tartare.
Yeah.
You will get a game over. Get in between Colonel Sanders and Ashley when they're having their little
fight.
when he's putting just some drizzle on her dessert. That'll get you a game over. Giving up and dropping out of culinary school will get you a game over. You can get an ending to receive a coupon for a complimentary side and soda upgrade.
Nice.
Now, I'm assuming that that's for at KFC,
Yeah.
or it's just a
yeah.
meme.
Well, his franchise, right? You don't get it in real life.
What if you do? What if you can take it to KFC
Oh, yeah.
and get
so
a
you would have to look the clerk in the eye and be like, "I played the Colonel Sanders
game.
I have my free.
I want my free coupon." Yeah. That would be freaking hilarious. I'm going to have to try that. And then so you can win love but not respect as a chef. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Yeah, where it's like, I do like you, but you're just not a very good chef and I don't want to be a business partner with you.
Yeah.
And then you can get the ending where you become the Colonel's partner for business and romance and adopt the spork monster as your child.
And adopt the spork monster as your child. It's a very touching moment.
Someone does say that in the lore of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, it is possible that there is an ending that involves becoming the Colonel's business partner without becoming his lover. But so many of the romantic events focus around cooking that we don't believe that the ending exists. One thing that would improve the game is having a gallery or achievements to confirm whether you've seen 100% of it or not. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, this was never meant to be more than a meme.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
meme. So, gameplay rating.
Oh God, gameplay rating. 5.
Okay.
Again, it was good. It did its job. It wasn't exciting.
Yeah, it was only like half an hour long, and it was more.
And in terms of branching storyline, there wasn't.
Yeah.
It was game over, and there were multiple ways to get a game over, sure, but game over. Love but not respect. Love and respect, right? Like,
Yeah.
So just,
Yeah. Which, like, I mean, I when I was younger in my youth, I played some dating sims from time to time, and I got to tell you, the ending where it's like, and we're friends, but I don't like you. It's like
that one always hurt.
That's the worst ending. But here's the problem with all those games. Usually, when you're like, you make all the respectful choices and the kind choices, you get best friended. And that's what makes some of them very accurate.
Well, I mean, listen.
I'm not mad about it. So fun. What would you say about fun? Did you have?
I laughed. I chuckled. I had a little bit of a blast. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a solid 7.5.
Got to pick. You got to pick.
7.
All right.
Because I'm never replaying it, right?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, there's no. I think we almost need to add another rating, Aaron. Replayability. We should probably add that as a rating. That's a very important part of gaming.
You're right. That is an important part of rating.
I'll consider it.
You'll consider it.
So your general rating, my good sir, 6.3. So tell me.
Telling you.
Fault or catapult?
Fault.
Fault?
Fault.
Okay.
It's good. It's fun, but a lot of catapult is something you can play again and again and again and again. Or it's something that does something so unique and exciting in the game industry that you have to try it.
Yeah.
It's stupid fun, and you're done, and you can move on with your life. It's a lot like a KFC bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
It's good while you're having it, but once you're done, it's like, well...
Yeah, it might come up in conversation 12 hours later.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, it's not Taco Bell, so.
And then say, hey,
although wait, Taco Bell, KFC are joined at the hip, are they not?
Yeah, they share stores a lot now.
I like it. So yeah, I mean, here's the challenge, Aaron. The game was a marketing tool, and it was a meme.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was not trying to be anything other than that. But here's the thing that gets me. Okay, I love the art style.
Yeah,
loved the quick, quirky, quippy music.
Yeah, it was super self-aware, right? Yep. Like it used the tropes and it leaned into the tropes,
but it didn't try to make a game.
No, it didn't.
And I mean, it's free because it's marketing. But it really didn't try to make a game out of it. If this was a game, it would have had more story beats, more twists and turns, more stakes. You would have had multiple scenarios, multiple locations. And I think as a game, as a take away from the fact that it's a meme and it's an advertising marketing piece. Yeah. As a game, you have to ask yourself, does this stand on its own 2 feet? Now, here's where I'm going to get into my ratings, if I may.
Yeah, well, that's how this works. So, yeah.
So graphics and art. I love anime, man, and I love that art style. I feel like they really committed to the art style with Colonel Sanders, but they kind of diverged from the art style with the other characters.
Well, with Sanders, it was very much a Bishonen character.
Oh, totally.
And then with the Van the Man.
Yeah, it was very JoJo.
It was very JoJo, yeah. And Ashley, she looked like she could have been taken out of Pokemon or something like that.
Yeah. I feel like they went really hard on the male character design and not very hard on the female character design, and I felt like
they went hard on Ashley.
Yeah, I feel like the art style of the design of the characters was a bit of a mishmash.
No, I agree.
So
a lot of different
like imagine you're watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yep.
And you see all the characters in the same art style, the male, the female, every character is in the same art style as one another. And then throw in like Aang from The Last Airbender, and
he wouldn't fit. He
wouldn't fit, right? And so I feel like consistency in art style is very important.
I agree.
So I'm gonna give it graphics and art like a 6, like a flat 6.
Yeah, that's more than reasonable.
Yeah, I feel like I loved what they did with it. I loved the intro. I loved the intro art. I think the game as a standalone game, it just kind of has a few missing points there. Music and audio, I loved it. I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5.
Wow.
I loved the little stupid bops and the cheery music, and
wow.
they give you positive feelings. But I gotta give the main vibe for that early bop, that intro bop
That
just hits
intro,
hard.
It hits.
Yeah.
It hits.
It
but,
hits.
You know,
So
I get bored. So
so gameplay, yeah,
yeah,
there isn't much of a game here.
there really isn't.
I like the fact that, because it's just like a little meme game, as you're going through and progressing through, when you make the wrong choices, they're like, do you want to try that again? And you're like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
And then you just choose a different option. I feel like there's opportunities for humor there. Like if you keep choosing the bad option, eventually the game makes fun of you or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, like there's a lot of ways to make a meme game. I understand they would have had a limited budget on this. They probably spent a lot on it, to be honest. They had to hire artists and music composers but yeah, gameplay. I think it's a 5. I don't think the gameplay really it's passable. It is a game you can go and you can play it and it games. But it just games. Like it's just kind of passable as a game. Fun. Yeah, you know what? I'm really glad that we played this stupid little game. I'm gonna give it an 8 for fun. Just because I feel like it's a stupid little game. It is kind of fun. It's a piece of history, right? When it came out, it was a huge meme. Probably not a lot of people even know about it anymore, or maybe some people haven't even heard of it. I know my wife was the one that told me this happened in 2019. She's like, "Did you know that KFC made a KFC Colonel Sanders dating simulator?" And I was like, "What? Huh? What world are we living in?"
Yeah, what world do we live in?
So it was fun, and honestly, I would encourage you to go out and play through it just for shiggles, just for fun.
Yeah.
It's not a good game.
No.
I get general rating. It ends landing a 6.6. That's why I want to add replayability, because replayability would be like a 1, and it would take that average down, I think, a little better.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to throw this in the fault. I'm going to throw in the fault, but I'm going to say, go, and if you're just looking for a goofy time, just go play it for a little piece of history, just to see what viral marketing campaigns were all about in 2019. Yeah.
And sometimes you kind of want to just dance in the filth a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's trash. It is trash. Like I cannot defend this game. But it had some fun moments.
I think that as a marketing tool, I think it's genius. I'm glad they did it. It really appeals to the younger generation. And I think that's something that KFC and other companies need to do to keep their brand alive, is to continue to appeal to the younger generation.
Well, I mean, like the Catholic Church, they have an anime mascot now.
Do they?
Look her up.
Oh my gosh. No, this can't be official.
It's official.
This can't be official.
Check it. Official Roman Catholic anime mascot.
No.
It's Lucy. She's real.
No.
She's actually kind of adorable.
Why? Okay, so I mean, if I had no faith in the church, this just kind of takes me a step further. The Catholic Church just rolled out an official anime-inspired mascot. Her name is Lucy or Luce.
Yeah,
and she's adorable? ?
Yeah, she is.
It would have been a whole different ball game. Imagine if they released a little boy character instead. Catholic Church, just saying.
Oh, yeah, I guess because
it is Luce and Friends.
Yeah, she's based heavily off of the there's a very famous pilgrimage that the Catholics do. And you start in I want to say Paris, and you do this massive walk all the way to this coastline in Spain.
Yeah, it says I don't know if it's Luce or Lucy, but I'm going to say Luce. Luce and her friends are emblematic of what seems to be a greater effort by the Catholic Church to reach youth via gaming and general pop culture. Here's the thing, Catholic Church. If you are going to have to fall down to marketing gimmicks to get people to join you, I don't know, maybe people just aren't interested in what you're selling.
The Camino de Santiago.
So it would be Luce, because then it's Spanish.
Yeah. The Camino de Santiago is the way of St. James or whatever. It's this massive it's huge. It's got in theory you can start in England, and it's got a lot. It's really cool.
Also, the church canonized the first ever known gamer saint.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy.
Carlo Acutis.
Ah.
And again, okay, I'm going to say this. Church, man, you're trying too hard. You're just trying too hard.
Good for them.
You're just trying too hard.
Hey, they're
just
they're
too hard.
trying to connect with the youth in a way that won't get them sued. And I think that's good.
Gaming is a great way to become depressed and search for higher meaning. So, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, what do I know about
What do we know?
gaming and depression, so that's interesting. Very interesting that they canonized the saint of gaming, basically. That's really interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Anywho's.
Well, the world is full of memes and advertising and ways to make the younger population get in. But I thought I would bring up some information on I Love You, Colonel Sanders before we sign out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
by and large, it was
developed by PsyOp. The
Yeah.
game was commissioned by the restaurant chain KFC.
Yeah, direct advertising. Like, this was never meant to be anything more than.
Totally. It was a parody of conventional dating sims. Primary objective of the player is to develop a romantic relationship with Colonel Sanders.
Yep.
As it was received, I Love You, Colonel Sanders is from Wikipedia, by the way. That is the citing of the source.
Yeah.
I Love You, Colonel Sanders received an overall lukewarm response from professional reviewers. In her review for Kotaku, Jita Jackson criticized the game's lack of emotional depth and over-reliance on zaniness. See, and I like zaniness. So,
I do too, but I get where she's coming from. Like, because it's just
comparing it unfavorably to other goofy dating sims like Hatoful Boyfriend, which was the other one I looked up today. So there are some similarities. Nicole Carpenter of Polygon reviewed the game in the context of KFC's apparent marketing strategy to distance the Colonel Sanders mascot from the actual person. She criticized it as less of a game and more of a marketing stunt. And I mean, I think we've kind of said that. I think we can all agree on that. But again, Metacritic gave it a 5 out of 10, essentially.
Yeah.
The art was praised, compared favorably to Oran High School Club. It was interesting. I've watched that with my wife. Interesting show. So yeah, I mean, it was a little moment in time. It was a marketing campaign meme, and that's it. That's I Love You, Colonel Sanders. And if you love KFC, send us an email at bfcpcontact@gmail.com or check us on our Discord through our Patreon at Basement Faults and Catapults.
Yeah,
and
we'd love to
let's talk KFC.
Tell us all about it. Tell us about your deep love for the KFC dating sim.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave you with some homework because no one ever emails me and I feel lonely. So email me and tell me about your first experience you can remember with KFC and eating KFC. Yeah, and let me know. Who were you with?
You know what? I don't want your first. I want your most memorable.
Yeah, most memorable experience with KFC. I think everybody's, unless you're a vegan, you've probably had KFC at some point in your life.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your stories.
Yeah, please hit us up. We'd love to hear from you.
And if you do email us, let us know if we can. Well, I'll probably email you back. But if it's really cool, we might share some of the stories on the pre-banter with your permission.
Yeah, let us know if we can use them.
Absolutely.
Anywho's, thank you all for joining us. And as always,
good luck.
Have fun.
Eat some KFC.
And don't die.
And don't die, because I hear cholesterol is a killer.
It's a real bugger. All right. Bye.
Bye.
And that's our time and the end of our episode.
But don't feel sad it's over. Be glad it happened. From the two of us in the basement, thanks for tuning in.
Join us next time.
And feel free to send us any feedback on our socials or send us a direct email at bfcpcontact@gmail.com.
And if you're really interested in what we're doing, join us on Patreon, where we will have loads of behind-the-scenes stuff and uncut takes as more episodes are released. Patreon.com/basements, faults, and catapults.
We're always excited to hear from you because we love engagement. We look forward to our next catapult launch and hope you can join us for the ensuing chaos.
Good luck.
See you next time.
KFC. What are you kidding?